Hey there lovelies, I'm Alyxx and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite natural, non-toxic foundations and concealers. Before we get started, if you like my content and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. So it is definitely personal preference when it comes to cleanliness and the non-toxicity of ingredients in products, but I use a couple of different resources when I'm doing my research that I have found very beneficial. There's two apps that you can download onto any device that you have. One is provided by EWG and it's called Healthy Living. I'll link it down below for sure. And then another one is called Think Dirty. Both of the apps that I mentioned have a scale that they go by, and I think it's 0 is the cleanest and then 10 is just like the worst. So I have a personal rule of thumb that if it's a 3 or below, it is essentially clean and I am able to use it. It's very difficult to find beauty and skincare products that are 100% clean and are rated a 0 and that really hold up the way that I expect a beauty product to or a skincare product to. So I'm excited to share this with you and I hope that you find some beneficial information. So the first product I'm sharing is the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer, and it is on the market for $30. Now onto the questions that I normally ask when looking at a product. The ingredients for this are pretty clean. It scored a 3 on the Think Dirty app. It has really great ingredients such as stabilized vitamin C, which is important for your skin. And this product helps protect your skin against free radicals and environmental damage, which I think is pretty great. I would say that this product is super lightweight and creamy. It is buildable, so anywhere from medium to full coverage. It really just firms and smooths. So if you're using it under your eye, maybe you have dark circles, this is the perfect option for you. If I have red little spots on my face or some hyperpigmentation, this product has been it just has blown me away, honestly. I would give it a 5 out of 5 on looking natural. I'm currently wearing it right now and I would say that the under eye area and even on my face in some spots has really blended out to look like skin. It's not sitting on my skin super heavily. If you are more on the oily side and you use it under your eye, I would definitely say to set it with maybe some loose powder, and then maybe you might have to touch up a little bit throughout the day. I'm talking like 8-hour days, not in an hour touch up. This product is offered in 12 different shades, which I don't think is terrible. I'm not mad at that, but I've also seen, other products in a bigger variety of colors. And so I feel like it's maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 for its inclusivity. I use, of course, the color 𝗏𝗏, and it's perfect for medium skin tones with olive undertones. Some good things to know about this product are that it is USDA organic, it's cruelty-free, and vegan. It does, like I say, come in a plastic tube, and I'm pretty sure this top cap part feels like it's plastic, but Ilia has said on their website that they do use recycled aluminum for some parts, so maybe it's that. The second product I'm sharing is a liquid foundation. It's Vapour's Soft Focus Foundation, and it's on the market for $48 on Vapour's website. This product has also scored a 3 on the Think Dirty app, which isn't, of course, terrible. It's not the most clean, but it's still something that I am comfortable using. It claims to soothe and calm with frankincense, myrrh, and lotus, which I think is pretty cool. It's perfect for normal, sensitive, and combination skin types. So it's not going to be super irritating to your skin, which is important to me. The coverage of this is, I would say, on the medium to full coverage spectrum. It's very lightweight and your skin still feels like skin and is able to breathe. The staying power of it, I would say, is about a 4 out of 5. On my skin, I tend to be oilier in spots and drier in others, and I find that I do have to come in with like a powder foundation later on in the day. If it's been, like 6 to 8 hours, I need to touch up those spots because it has gotten a little bit oilier. And then on the dry spots, this works amazing. So if you have like a drier skin type, this is going to be great for you because it really just melts in. It's very luminous, and so I feel like that luminosity lends itself to the drier skin types. It really makes you look a little bit more dewy. If you are oilier like me in some spots or maybe all over your face, this might not be the best option for you, or you can use a loose powder to set it, and then maybe later in the day for touch-up, use a pressed powder as needed. I would say that when you first apply it, it looks good, but like a few minutes later, after it sinks in and really gets into your skin, it looks even better. I would even wear this, just by itself if I'm like going to the grocery store or something. Blendability is amazing. I would say 5 out of 5 for blendability. It's a little bit of a denser, rich, kind of thicker texture. It's not like goopy or anything like that, but it does lend itself to the full coverage if that is something that you're looking for. I would apply one layer and then maybe come in a second time to get that more full coverage. And of course, you can always use a powdered foundation to achieve that fuller coverage look. This product has 19 different shades. I would say it's a 4.5 out of 5 for inclusivity. I use the shade 125S, which is perfect for light to medium skin tones with neutral or pink undertones. And I'm actually wearing it right now, and I would say that it looks pretty good. It looks natural. It matches my skin tone pretty well. Some good to know things about this are that it did rate a 3. It's organic, it's cruelty-free again, and Vapour does have a recycling program. It's kind of an incentive program. There is a way that you can recycle your empty bottles, your empty packaging, and you can get some sort of credit for Vapour. I love this liquid foundation. It is my go-to, and I highly recommend it if you are in the market for a liquid foundation. Up next, we have a cream foundation from 100% Pure. It comes in this, and it looks like this when you open it up. It is on the market for $48 on 100% Pure's website. This product is actually rated a 1 on the Think Dirty app and actually a 0 on the Healthy Living EWG app. So it's pretty dang clean. Like I said, it's very difficult to find things that work really well for my skin and are a 0 on the scale for non-toxicity. Some ingredients that are in this are avocado butter, pomegranate oil, and calming botanicals. I love 100% Pure because they do use fruit pigmentation, and this is the fruit pigmented cream foundation from 100% Pure. So I apply this with a sponge or a beauty blender I feel like that's the best way to apply it and get full even coverage. Otherwise, it just kind of has like splotchiness, and so I found that using a beauty blender makes it go on a lot more smoothly, and it does cover pretty well. But the satin finish is really great for all skin types, I feel, especially those who are more on the dry side of the spectrum. When I apply it to my face, it looks perfect. It looks great. I have no complaints when I apply it, or even 2-3 hours later. But I have noticed that after a long day, maybe like 8 to 10 hours, it does look like makeup at that point, which I'm a tiny bit picky about. I don't want it to look super cakey, and it doesn't look super cakey, but I would just much rather just have like an airbrush finish without looking like I'm wearing makeup. It's great for normal, dry, and combination skin types because of that satin finish. Blendability is, I would say, like a 4 out of 5, because it does blend super well if you're using a beauty blender. But like I mentioned, if you do not use a beauty blender and you're using like your hand, or maybe like one of those cosmetic wedges that are pretty dense, it's going to look a little bit splotchy and not go on as evenly. But I have no complaints if I use a beauty blender. This only has 7 different shades, so I would give it probably like a 3 on the scale. Like I said, I'm using the shade Peach Bisque, which is perfect for medium skin tones, but I wish that they had more inclusivity. There is like a fair and a darker color, but I just feel like I've seen other products with a bigger variety. This of course works for me, but I do think that there are some people out there who may find it a little bit more difficult to find their shade. That's a 3 out of 5 for me. Some good to know things are that it is vegan and cruelty free, and it is made in the US, so that gets 5 points for me just in itself. It does come in this, I think it's aluminum, which can be recycled, so that's great. Up next is a powder foundation. I'm sharing a Naturale semi-matte powder foundation. I found this back in March of 2020, and I have just absolutely loved it. It's a very fine powder foundation, and it just glides on and gives you an airbrush look. It's currently on the market for $36 on the Naturale website. It scored a 3 on the Think Dirty app, which means it is clean enough for me to use personally, but it does have some not so clean ingredients as well. Coverage of this is, like I said, amazing. I have really just absolutely enjoyed using this. I got it in March of 2020, like I said, because I was planning a wedding and planning to do my own makeup for my wedding, and I wanted the airbrush look that would last all day. I did my research, and this was one of the best foundations, powder foundations, that was clean. And so it's very light and airy. Like, it does not feel like a lot of powder foundations do, where you put it on and it's just kind of like your skin is suffocating. But again, I was using this for my wedding. I wanted the matte look for pictures. I get sort of greasy in my T-zone, and so this was going to be one of my lifesavers for that day. It's 100%, it looks natural. I'd give it a 5 out of 5 for looking natural, because it does not look cakey at all. You can build it up, you can add multiple layers, and it still just looks flawless. So A+ for me on that. It blends really well, especially if you have already used a liquid foundation and concealer or something of that sort. This is going to blend really well. This has 15 shades, I believe, on Naturale's website. I would give it like a 4.5 out of 5 for its shade range. I think this one that I use is called 𝗵𝗶𝗶, and it is great for medium skin tones with olive gold undertones. Some good to know things about this product are that it is vegan, it's cruelty-free, it's gluten-free, and ethically and sustainably resourced, which is pretty impressive. The downside is that the packaging is plastic, and when I see plastic, I don't immediately think clean and green. But overall, this product is very impressive with its coverage and its blendability, and I just have absolutely loved it. And so if you are looking for a super good powder foundation, then that is a really great option for you. This is their Pearl Powder Mineral Foundation, and it is on the market for $18, which I think is just amazing in comparison to the other products that I have shared. For it to be clean and green and that affordable is like amazing to me. It is rated A1 on EWG, and they have that posted on their website. The coverage is, I would say, from sheer to medium, maybe like slightly more than medium. It depends on how you use it. There are several ways to use it, which they market on their website for this product. You can use it just as a powder foundation, which I have done, and that's more of like a sheer look, you know, like if you're just going to the grocery store or going to run errands and you just want to put some makeup on, that is a good option. If you're going for a more medium to full coverage look, you can add some water or one of Roots like beauty serums to some of the foundation, and it will make a really great concealer or a liquid foundation. So I really do love that it's that versatile. You know, I have said that I get oily in my T-zone, and so that is really one of the main things of concern when I am using that product. I would say it sits on my skin slightly heavier than the Au Naturale powder foundation that I shared. It still looks natural, but in comparison, it doesn't look as flawless as the Au Naturale. But when you're getting that clean of a product for like half of the price of the Au Naturale, it's a great option for you. And I would give it like a 10 out of 5, honestly, because there are just so many options that Root has. There's 47 different shades, and they also offer the option to have a custom mix, which is brilliant to me. I am in between like a G5, which is golden, and then an N5, which is neutral, and so that is a possibility. Their mineral powder foundation is obviously made out of minerals and has 0 fillers, which is great. This product is made in the USA, which before I said is very important to me. They have a plastic jar option or a glass jar option, and they encourage you to purchase the refills if you if you have an empty now and want to refill it. They have like little baggies of the powder that you would just then empty into one of your containers, and I think that is really great that they offer eco refills. Moving on to something else that is kind of like a powder foundation, but I made the mistake of thinking that it was a powder foundation, and it's really just more of a setting powder, but it's been one of my favorites, and so I thought I would share it with you and include it on this video. This is the RMS Beauty Unpowder, and I got the tinted one. They do have an option for just like the translucent, but I purchased the tinted unpowder, and it is on the market for $34. The ingredients are pretty good. The EWG had it as a 0, but the Think Dirty app had it as a 3. So I would say that the average of that score is like a 1.5. So pretty clean, I would say. The coverage is very sheer, which I mentioned. I made the mistake of thinking that this was a powder foundation, and really it's more of a setting powder. It's very sheer. I have some hyperpigmentation, and sometimes, you know, I'm breaking out, and this would not cover that. I use it more for like setting under my eyes, and as like a dusting after to set my whole face. I would say that it helps your makeup, like your foundation, and your blush and your bronzer look natural, because it really just sets that and diffuses it into your skin. I would not say using it on its own looks super natural for me, because it is still very light. I got the darkest shade that there is, which is saying something, but it is still very light on my skin if I do not have some sort of foundation underneath. I would not say that it is inclusive. There are 3 different shade options, and I ordered the shade 3 to 4, which is the darkest shade in this Unpowder, and it works best with their Uncover Up. That's in the shade 33, 44, or 55. I'm not really sure what those look like because I have not purchased one, but again, I don't think that this is super inclusive. Maybe it doesn't have to be if it's being used as a setting powder, because they also do offer a translucent powder, and the translucent powder looks good on any skin tone without that flash back. Like if you are at an event or doing flash photography, it's not going to have white spots on your face from where you set it. It's not the most consciously created out of the products that I have shared, but overall it is very clean, non-toxic, and the key ingredient for it is 100% silica, which helps to reflect the light. So that is it for the 6 products that I wanted to share with you today regarding non-toxic and clean foundations and concealers. So again, that was my personal opinion, and it was all based off of my rule of thumb, which is if it has a 3 or below on the non-toxicity and cleanliness scale used by the EWG app, which is called Healthy Living, or the Think Dirty app, then it is clean enough for me to use. I hope that I have shared some information that you found beneficial. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, don't be afraid to drop them in the comments. If you are interested in any of these products that I have shared, the description is full of details, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.